In this video, we'll look at the combination of Next-Scene and AllInOne models, where I bring up these two again. One update is that the Next-Scene model has been upgraded to version V2, and the AllInOne model has reached version V10. So we see a mix and integration of both systems and workflows. Next-Scene is a LoRA model trained based on the 2509 model, and its main task is to generate continuous scene breakdowns. Then, with the continuous storyboard in place, we can input it into the AllInOne model to generate sign language live videos. Then we look at the workflow. Here, we're using the largest online rehabilitation platform in the world, RunningHub. This LoRA model was trained by the same author. This should be running 3,000 steps set to version B2 with a corresponding workflow. So the corresponding workflow is essentially an accelerated workflow for the million image editor model, using a 4-step lighting LoRA acceleration model. But the number of steps was set to 8, so I believe it was done on purpose. We still need to distinguish between version 2509 and other versions when using the million image editor online. The gain of version 2509 is very significant. We have done evaluations before. Load the corresponding one, which is our core LoRA model. Keep other settings as basic configuration. The necessary input items are 2. One is text and the other is image. In general, it should be a reference role. We hope it maintains consistency across different scenarios. The input here should display 6 texts. Each paragraph starts with next thing as a colon, and this part is its trigger word. Therefore, this part should remain unchanged at the beginning of each paragraph. This part describes each scene in detail. If you're going to do this yourself, it's completely not recommended. Instead, you can copy this text and paste it into ChatGPT. Give him a simple task, like eating a hamburger during a live stream, and then walking out of the room to fight. He'll learn the rules, and then we can just copy and paste the generated content. This part of the content we prompt to the large language model can be described in more detail, and it will surely feedback us with a perfect result in the end. So 6 images were generated. Here, it's important to emphasize that festive vocabulary is very significant. The rest of our parts remain almost unchanged while running, so try to polish the festive phrases as much as possible. Before running the task, I even suggest editing the existing prompts more thoroughly. Of course, you don't need to type them manually, just ask the original model to make them as coherent and smooth as possible, ensuring we get more reasonable results. Navigate to RunningHub's AI or click the link in the introduction to register and get 120 HB. Log in daily to receive an additional 100 points. The corresponding AI workflow for the video. All AI applications that can be started with one click have been deployed online and are now available for online operation and testing. Let's take a look at the latest update to the all-in-one model. Previously in this channel, we saw the V6 version, but now it has been updated all the way to V10. Then later, I'll release the 6 sets of procedures again in the RunningHub in V10 format. If you're interested, you can try out these 6 sets of processes. In this video, the remaining part mainly shows its multi-image handwritten reel feature. The first one is the 3-headed tail needle. Actually, it shows him eating a hamburger and then standing up. It looks like there were no major issues with the task completion. Unlike before, there was no completely disconnected situation. In terms of quick startup, we just need to load the image and set up the prompt. I've constrained the aspect ratio so that the longest side is under 800 and scaled it proportionally. In this process, there are 39 stitches between the starting and ending needles, which takes about 2 seconds. If 3 images take 5 seconds, I think the interval shouldn't be too long, so choosing 39 frames as a moderate value is quite good. So in the V10 version, the recommended sampler is Euler and the scheduler is Beta. Based on past experience, at this point of V10, the author is no longer planning to merge models further. Another result is that when there are 4 images per frame, you can input more images. We can copy and paste these 4 nodes, load a new image, and send it to the upper image and mask. Then increase the count by 1 for each, and the process is ready to run. In this case, individuals have accumulated enough to generate over 10 seconds of guard frames without any problem. But attenuation will still exist. I think it depends on individual needs here, because some people's differences between images aren't that big, so they can input many images and use them as guard frames. So most of the time, this channel shares some open source models and projects, but closed source models are where RunningHub really shines. It brought down the prices of many popular models, such as V2, Killing, and Wanxiang. Some specifications were even lower than the official published prices. The more you use it, the more you'll realize that saving up bit by bit really saves money in the long run.